Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with this report claiming that some Barcelona members are selling their Camp Nou tickets ahead of the game against Inter Milan, and Barcelona are set to take action. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Frenkie de Jong, as it has been reported that the Barcelona midfielder is set to return to the starting lineup against Inter Milan. We are also going to be discussing about that. So guys, before we get right into the story in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a like and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! 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 Last season, one of the biggest scandals of Barcelona's season was the home game against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League quarterfinals. While the hosts were outplayed and eventually lost 3-2, it was far from the talking point. All the attention was towards the stands, where nearly 40,000 Frankfurt fans had found about. Apparently, Barcelona season ticket holders, sources if you will, had sold their home tickets for a profit, resulting in a truly bizarre amount of away supporters. Following that, Barcelona's board, led by Joan Laporta, had decided to take strict action against resellers and publicly warned sources that they would cancel their season tickets if a certain number of games are not attended. The Camp Nou has seen a lot more attention this season, largely because of Barca's summer transfer window. However, ahead of the Inter Milan game in the Champions League, the Catalans faced ticket ghost from last season. A video posted on Twitter shows home tickets on sale put up by sources. Some of them are single tickets and some multiple, clubbed together, ranging from 65 to 600 euros. Barcelona faced Inter Milan last week at San Siro, but walked out with their heads hanging as Hakan Çalhanoğlu's first half goal proved to be the difference. Their poor display continued against Celta Vigo the other night, even though they were able to shovel a 1-0 win, courtesy of Pedri's goal. The club's poor form post-international break could be the reason why suddenly so many home tickets are up for sale. Another reason could simply be to make monetary profit, as Champions League games are in high demand. However, according to Adrian Sanchez, Barcelona are well aware of what is going on and are ready to take action immediately. It is yet to be seen how Laporta and co respond to this. But if their words from last season have any substance to it, it could result in serious actions against the resellers. Then, moving on to the next story of discussion, Barcelona have endured a difficult period lately with poor performances in the Champions League coupled with an apparent injury crisis that has put Xavi in a state of bother. However, there is good news coming through, with Frenkie de Jong likely to return to feature in the starting 11 for the midweek contest against Inter Milan. This has been reported by Javi Miguel, who was given the comprehensive update on Barcelona's team sheet ahead of this fixture. Frenkie de Jong was one of many Barcelona players that picked up injuries during the international break. The midfielder subsequently missed a few matches before returning to the pitch against Celta Vigo at the weekend. He featured at the club as a sub for 27 minutes as Barca secured a narrow victory. The Dutchman is now poised to start against Inter Milan in what could prove to be the most important game of Barcelona's season so far. Frenkie de Jong is likely to feature in a four-man midfield set up by Xavi, which will focus on gaining control in the middle of the park, especially against Inter's second line of press. The midfielder will be accompanied by Pedri, Gavi, and Sergio Busquets. Pedri and Gavi are set to operate as interior midfielders, offering creativity and navigation in half spaces. De Jong too should play a vital role in the build-up, while his ability to make dancing runs into the box could give Barca an upper hand during the approach play. However, having played very little football over the past week or so, the onus will be on De Jong to get back to his very best and produce the goods in the middle of the park. This performance could go a long way in dictating Barcelona's fate in this game. Happy to see Frenkie de Jong back from injury. Of course, he had an injury, but luckily it was not that long. He returned to the game against Celta Vigo. He played some minutes there as a substitute. Of course, we are hoping to see Frankie de Jong playing against Milan and playing so well. We hope that he returns to his very best. And of course, he will start against them according to this report. The Inter Milan game will be a very crucial game where we need all the players to be at their very best, playing well, because that's a game that we need to win in order to guarantee, or in order for us to have the hope of qualifying for the knockout stages next season. This season in the Champions League. So fingers crossed. Frankie De Jong, of course, I've not played so much like the other seasons, and definitely I don't think he'll be too happy about the way he has played this season. Xavi has been prioritizing Gavi over him. Gavi, Pedri, of course, Sergio Busquets. That is Xavi's preferred midfield trio. And Frankie De Jong have mostly found himself sitting on the bench for most matches. And it is important to see Frankie De Jong becoming the Frankie De Jong that we have known in the past, playing at his very best to disprove Xavi, for Xavi to have faith in him. So if he can play well against Inter Milan tomorrow Wednesday, it will be so important, for us to get the results. Everybody needs to be at their very best. Everybody needs to be at their very best for us to get the result we want from that crucial encounter tomorrow, so that we can, we can dream at least for a round of 16. Of course, even though we have another tough game after that, Bayern Munich will follow. So those two games will not be an easy one, despite playing both of them at the Camp Nou. So we need to make use of the home advantage a lot. We need to make use of them, make use of the home support if we want to, we want to qualify for the round of 16, which something that we never did last season, which ended in a disappointing way, relegating to the Europa League for the first time in 20 something years. That's not what any fan wants to see again from Barcelona this time around. We need to win convincingly. The game against Inter last week was such a disappointing one. We did not even play well in the first place. And heading into this encounter, to be honest, people, there's a lot of fear, because the way Barca have been playing lately has not been convincing at all. Against Celta Vigo, second half especially was very poor. We need to up our game. We need to up against Mallorca. Since the international break, ended, Barca have not been at their very best. Even when we win the games, we are not playing well. We are not playing well. Xavi needs to improve. If we don't do that, if we play the way we played against Celta Vigo, Inter Milan would surely beat us. So we just need to concentrate. We need to be very, very vigilant to win. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.